Orange from Durham, North Carolina, all the way to Sioux Falls, South Dakota. What a weekend for Syracuse athletics. I'm Seth Goldberg with your NCC Sports Update. It was nearing midnight, both Eastern Time and in that Cinderella metaphor so often used in the NCAA basketball tournament. The 10th seeded Orange had already beaten 3 teams en route to an Elite 8 appearance, but they had yet to beat a team better than a 7 seed. Now SU faces off with ACC foe Virginia, who had already topped the Orange back in January. To the United Center we go, and Jim Boeheim looking for yet another Final Four appearance. But early on it was all Virginia. London Parentes a deep 3. And Virginia goes up by 14 just before the half. Second half, SU down by as many as 15, but then Malachi Richardson shows up. 2 points in the first half. He had 3 there, another 3 there, on his way to 21 points in the second half alone. Malachi driving and finishing. It's Malachi's world. Everybody just watching. Drives again, he can't finish that time, but guess who gets the rebound? Malachi able to finish. Let's take a closer look at this. Watch this fake on Mike Tobey. Everyone turns the other way before Malachi finishes it off. SU taking a lead. Devin Hall for Virginia, a chance to tie with 10 seconds left, clanks off the iron. Tyler Lydon getting the rebound to seal the victory as he got the block just Friday night against Gonzaga, and Syracuse gets the 6-point win. Afterwards, it was praise for the defense.
We were just able to get stops. You know, I felt like we were rushing them. You know, that was able to force some turnovers and some rush plays. So, I mean, it's just an unbelievable feeling.
I mean, we were able to get some stops. Malachi made a huge play at half court when he saved the ball. I mean, that just flipped it for us right there. But then we got a bucket. I mean, things just fell into place, and they have to when you're down that many. I mean, you have to play a perfect game at the end, and we pretty much did.
Down by as many as 15 in the second half, SU went on a 25-4 run to finish off the game. The 6th Final Four appearance for the Orange, and guard Trevor Cooney, who you just saw, will become the first player in program history to appear in 2 Final Fours. So the SU men have punched their ticket to the Final Four, but right before tip-off of that game in Chicago, the SU women's basketball team faced off with Tennessee in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, in the Orange's first ever Elite 8 appearance. Coach Quentin Hillsman had his Orange ladies winning 14 of the previous 15 games before the matchup with one of women's college basketball's blue blood programs. Coach Q on the sideline as SU is up by 2. We look at Alexis Peterson, the team's leading scorer, going to the bucket. She goes down with an apparent injury. Don't worry, she'll be back. Wide open 3 for Petey, and SU goes back up by 2 points. As we move later in the second quarter, Alexis Peterson and Brittany Sykes getting the trap. Sykes coast to coast, playing her best basketball of the season right now. Finishing off the layup. Orange up by 4. Maggie Morrison drains a 3, top of the key. Teammate Brianna Butler wants in on the action. A deep 3. SU goes up by 15 points late in the fourth quarter, and that would do it. The Orange going to their first ever Final Four, beating Tennessee. After the game, it was Coach Q just basking in what he had done with this program.
Nobody even that plays basketball or coaches basketball, they can't say in the Final Four is not their dream and not what they work for. And we work so hard to get to this moment, and you just look back and just think from day one, you know, from where we are to this point. And, you know, Dr. Gross had a lot of faith in me, gave me head coach job at Syracuse when nobody would give me a BCS job, and Nancy Cantor's been so big. And they just gave me a chance. I just thought about them, thought about my family and our new administration. I'm just so happy for everybody and our team.
I mean, this is incredible. I mean, I feel so good. Look at my team. Like, nobody thought we would be here. Nobody thought we would win this. And we stuck together, and we won in this fashion. I can't say enough.
The first Final Four in SU women's basketball history, and the Orange will meet Washington in the national semifinals next weekend in Indianapolis. Coming off an overtime loss to Johns Hopkins last week, the SU men's lacrosse team, they got no relief as they headed down to Durham for a matchup with 11th-ranked Duke. Last year, the Orange dominated the Blue Devils 19-7 in the Carrier Dome, but this year promised to be different. We watch as Ben Williams at the face-off X. He had been struggling as of late. but SU able to get the ball there. Donahue, normally the scorer, gets it across to Sergio Salcido, top shelf. Watch this again, just below the crossbar. As the Orange extends its early lead, Tim Barber on the attack, puts one home. Watch where this one went, 5-hole. As Barber gets a goal and the Orange is up, but Duke came storming back. As they take the lead with 6.5 minutes to go, Deemer Class, the first lead of the game for the Blue Devils. But the Orange would strike back. Derek DeJoe tying it up, 3.5 minutes to go in regulation, and we would go to overtime. But then Chad Cohen making his move towards the net, able to get some space and a shot into the back of the net, gets the Duke Blue Devils the win over the Orange and sends SU to its second straight overtime loss. And to be honest, it doesn't get any easier from here for the Orange. They'll face off with second-ranked Notre Dame next weekend.
So a loss for lacrosse, but definitely a big weekend for the basketball teams.
Oh, absolutely. A great weekend for Syracuse athletics, for Syracuse basketball. Only the 12th time in NCAA history that one school has sent both its men's and women's team to the Final Four in basketball. And it's great accomplishment as the women's basketball team had never even been to a Sweet 16, let alone a Final Four appearance. And they got the job done now, and they're one win away from a potential matchup with CNS grad Brianna Stewart and UConn in a national title game.
Well, thanks, Seth. We'll be looking forward to that, and we'll be back with another check of the weather after the break.